Can you hear us?
When do you want us to start going live here, Ken? I'm not liking the fact that these Steinbach jerseys don't have names on them. And the MHSAA Dairy Farmers of Manitoba Provincial Quad A Boys Hockey Championship. Tonight, the #1 ranked Garden City Fighting Gophers take on the #4 ranked Steinbach Sabres. The Gophers enter tonight's final as the hottest team in high school hockey. They finished their Winnipeg High School Hockey League regular season with a 23-0-1 record, then capped off the city season with their first league championship, rallying from a one-game deficit to win 2 straight and the best-of-3 final over the crosstown powerhouse from St. Paul's. Here in the Dairy Farmers of Manitoba Provincials, they are 3-0 with a win over these same Steinbach Sabres, followed by an epic semi-final win just yesterday in double overtime. The Sabres, on the other hand, have taken an alternate route to the finals. First through a wild card play-in, ironically over the Selkirk Royals, who had knocked them out of the city playoffs in the quarterfinals. They then continued to roll that high with a round-robin win over Dauphin, followed by what can only be considered as a huge semi-final upset win over the #2 ranked St. Paul's Crusaders. That said, though, we don't think they'll be happy to rest on their laurels. They've earned it, and they're here now. how they got here really makes no difference, as they have just as much chance as GC does to hoist history. The Sabres have given the Gophers fits all season, and today will undoubtedly be no different. This shapes up to be a gooder.
Excited for both schools. Both schools have never attended this championship, so it's going to be awesome environment back at one of those schools tomorrow when they celebrate bringing home that big banner. Excited for some super fun hockey here, fast-paced. Both teams have aggressive offenses, great on the forecheck, and very stingy defenses.
Yeah, Greg, you know, I've had the opportunity to witness a number of games in recent weeks, and the passion and the excitement that comes along with each of these high school hockey games is truly impressive. I was able to take in the Winnipeg High School final over at Seven Oaks last week, and the atmosphere would have rivaled any game south or anywhere in any other parts of Canada. This will be a great contest.
And we're here at the Hockey for All Center, and it's a nice crowd here. I know that we're streaming live on LRSD TV. Thank you for joining us on this broadcast, and once again, it's an honor for Riel Arts and Technology and the broadcasting program to be able to broadcast the Winnipeg High School Hockey Championship games. So Rick, first period is 15 minutes, second period is 15 minutes. And
correct,
then,
two 15s and then a 20 after a flood, correct.
So we're going to get started just in a minute or so here. So the energy level in the arena is very high.
Greg, you might have recognized the voice of Miss Stacy Natras there. I am aware that Miss Natras is a teacher at Garden City, so a little bit of a luxury having not only one of the most well-known voices in the city, also be a teacher at the school who's participating in the final game.
What a pleasure to have her here, that's for sure. She's got an awesome voice, and obviously the Jets have some of the best national anthem singers. So it's a wonderful start to the game today.
Well, we're getting ready to go here. Starting goaltenders for Garden City is Evan Benera and William McDonald for Steinbach. The two teams come to center ice. And at 6:36, the puck is down and we are underway. Let's go, boys. Garden City gains first possession. They get it in deep. It's frozen by McDonald. And there'll be an early O-zone face-off to the left of McDonald. Colson Smith set to take the face-off here for Garden City. Puck goes back to the blue line. They get it in deep, rimmed around behind the net. On the forecheck, Lucas D'Souza. Secondary forecheck there by Colson Smith. Puck gets back down deep, in behind the net, battling for it. Perreault for Steinbach, moves it up the wall, gets it out over center. Puck back down deep into the Garden City end. They look to bank it off the wall and get it out. Cross ice pass, Steinbach unable to maintain possession. They got it in deep now, pass down low. Big save by Benera. A redirected puck almost caught Benera off guard, but he was able to do the splits and push it aside. Garden City's able to get it out and over the red line and in deep by Tyler Nault. Steinbach on a quick head-man pass, goes for a knot. Hukert inside the blue line, gets it out. Garden City regains possession. Parker Griff to Hukert, up to Evan Benera. Noah Benera, brother to Evan Benera. Noah Benera over the blue line, cross ice pass, goes to the corner. Chater on the forecheck. Steinbach's able to come up with it. I apologize, Greg, but unfortunately Steinbach doesn't have numbers on their sleeves.
No,
so
it's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell. It's taken me a minute here to see who's who, and they actually don't have names on the jerseys either. So that being said, which is why I erred in the starting goalie for Steinbach. It's actually number 31, Hunter Fair, not William McDonald. Either way, puck back in deep, going back for it for Steinbach. Seth Bergman, number 9, looks to move it up the wall to Hartung. It's intercepted by Shearning of Garden City, and it's back in behind the net. High off the glass, Griffin Plett, one of 3 Pletts on Steinbach, goes all the way down for icing, and with 12:59 to go in the first period, we are still scoreless, and I still don't see any shots on net as recorded on the scoreboard.
I'm impressed with the Garden City forecheck right now. They're really on the Steinbach defense, giving them not a lot of time to get that puck up to the forwards.
Colson Smith back out for the face-off. Wins it back to Nixon Carrier. He puts it down low behind the net. Lucas D'Souza goes to grab it. He's pressured by Lucas Thompson from Steinbach. Garden City's able to keep it low again. Back down low into the corner. That's Tyler Nault with the puck. He gets upended, but secondary support again by D'Souza. He's able to get it back to the blue line. Shot from the point. It's fanned on, but it's still kept in by Garden City. Smith puts it back behind the net. Seth Bergman rims it around. Kept in again by Garden City. That's Antoine McKay. Puck's down low. It's in the crease area. Garden City bangs away at it. Fair is able to hold on. We have a little bit of a skirmish behind the net. I can't expect there's going to be much of that going on in such a pivotal game and such a high-stakes game here, Greg.
No, they can't afford to take a penalty or spend any time in the penalty box. It's too vital for these teams to stay clean.
That being said, one of the head referees is warning both benches. I'm assuming he's letting them know we're not going to put up with that. Face off again. GC wins it. Logan Ash tries to get it on net. Gets deflected wide. Goes back into the corner. Steinbach flips it out over the red line. Going for icing. And yes, that's icing called. Another face off down deep in the Steinbach end. That's the second icing so far. Both teams probably just trying to find their legs.
Yeah, I think Steinbach's a little bit shell shocked with the tempo that Garden City's forwards are on their defense.
Face off, puck behind the net. That's number 10, Chase Buchert for Steinbach. He goes D to D. Steinbach's able to get out. They chip it in deep. Mark Plett down low over the ringnet line. Pass back to the blue line, number 16. Lucas Joliker with the shot that deflected wide. Chater for Garden City up with it on the half wall. Breakout pass for Noah Benera. He deflects it down in the Steinbach end. There is a turnover, and Steinbach's able to get it in deep. Puck goes on net, and Evan Benera for the Garden City Fighting Gophers freezes it up.
Both teams are certainly flying around tonight. Obviously putting on their best show for the fans here today.
And there are a lot of them in here. It seems like the stands have been separated by parents on one side and students on the other side.
Wise.
Steinbach gets the puck down deep. Battling down low is Coop. He's battling with Miele. 4-person battle now as Smith jumps in, as well as Wiebe. Puck goes around the wall and out, all the way back into the Steinbach end. Back forward is Perreault. Goes behind the net, hits his D partner, has time. Centering pass. Steinbach's able to get it out over the Garden City blue line. Wiebe with it at the ringette line, taken away by Smith. Garden City looking for a call. They suspect there was a late hit on Colson Smith down low behind the net, but no official's arms go in the air, and we play on. Puck's on the wall. Steinbach tries to put it on net. It's blocked. Second attempt does get through, but it's wide. Perreault keeps it in. He's able to throw it on net. A bouncing puck, a knuckle puck that Benera had a hard time with, but was able to pick it up, and Garden City's able to get out. No harm, no foul. Puck sent back in. Neufeld puts it back in for Steinbach. The forecheck here by Jude Plett. One of the 3 Pletts on Steinbach. Chipped out by Matthew Wilson from Garden City, and that does go for icing. So there'll be a face-off back in the Fighting Gophers' end. They are unable to make a line change, but Steinbach will.
Fairly impressed with Nixon Carrier. Nice two-way defender. Very dominant back on that D zone for the Gophers.
Nixon Carrier was the hero yesterday in the semifinal game that went to double overtime with Westwood. Garden City gets it out. They make a deep pairing change. They get the puck in deep. Back forward is Buchert. Pass to his partner. Steinbach looks to get it up the wall. Secondary forecheck. Nick Lepke keeps it in, but it does end up coming out. Colby Armstrong for Garden City gets it in, not quite deep enough. Does make a line change though. Another turnover. Puck's bouncing around in the swamp. Steinbach's able to get it out. Hard tongue. No secondary support. He stays on the forecheck. Garden City is able to maintain possession. They get it over the blue line. Noah Benera by himself, one-on-one. Looks to make a move. He's stood up though by Perreault, who then moves it back around the wall. McKay for Garden City keeps it in at the blue line. He dumps it back in the corner. Cooper Penner puts it up the wall. And Drew Hyde gets knocked down on the forecheck by Garden City. Puck goes back behind the net. 9:16 left to go in the first period. Shots are 3-1 in favor of Garden City. And that puck's out of play on a potential high off the glass. Puck just caught the mesh.
For Steinbach, so far I've been impressed with Mark Plett, assistant captain, elite two-way player that makes an incredible impact in all situations for that team.
Garden City wins the face-off. Hugh Kurt down on the half wall. The Nault, he throws it in front, hits a body, goes in the corner. Colson Smith with it, cycles behind the net. Garden City's able to work it up to the top to Parker Grift. He puts it back down low. Garden City looking to maintain possession. Tyler Nault with the puck. He's checked. Good stick down low by Mark Plett. Greg, it's like you said his name, and suddenly he came to play and let us know exactly where he was. Shot on net by Hugh Kurt. Lucas D'Souza is able to get a stick on it. Big save, and incoming late with an extra shot after the whistle is Lucas Joliker. It looks like there was a penalty on the play. One of our head officials had his arm in the air. There was a call on the play. It looks like it's going to be going against Garden City. So the Gophers were able to get the puck on net. Lucas D'Souza was in the crease. He got a stick on it, and then something happened in front of Fair that resulted in an arm going up and a penalty to the Gophers, and the secondary action was not called. So we do have a power play. It's Steinbach's first power play of the game. In fact, it is the first power play of the game. Steinbach sends out, sorry, Greg.
No, Gophers only had 3 players on the ice, so they just paused it there to get a 4th one on. So that's a little bit of a delay there.
Puck's down. Colson Smith picks it up, fires it down high off the glass. Going back forward is Chase Buchert. Swinging low behind the net. Steinbach leaves it. Buchert, headman. Stepping over the red line. Traditional power play breakout. Garden City looks to stand him up. Parker Grift forces him behind the net. Rooney with the puck. He sets it up on the half wall. Gets it back to the blue line. Buchert pulls to the middle. Back to Rooney on the wall. He goes cross ice. Open seam pass. Saved by Evan Benera. That was a beautiful pass cross ice. Rooney.
Nice vision there.
Yeah, Rooney to Neufeld cross ice. That seam opened up. Good patience. Noah Benera on the PK in the battle on the half wall. Puck gets kicked back. Rooney again, puck on net. Nice save by Evan Benera. Looks like he saw it the whole way. Steinbach able to get a little bit of pressure, a few shots on net as part of this first power play.
Benera's looking very confident in the net tonight.
He's a big body goalie, and you know what I like about this Garden City team? I was speaking with somebody earlier today. They rotate their goalies all season long. They got confidence in both of them, and each of them play. They rotate. The boys are confident stepping on the ice no matter who's in net. That being said, we get back here. We got 55 seconds left on the power play. Steinbach setting it up. Slow carry out of their own zone. Headman pass. Joliker puts it in deep on the forecheck. Mark Plett. Garden City in on it. Nixon Carrier. Plett's able to come up with it. Pulls it back behind the net. Puts it to the top to Penner. Penner back to Plett. Plett's down low. Being forced by Matthew Wilson. And on a secondary force, it's Ethan Shearning for Garden City. He's able to steal it. Good back check, though, by Lucas Joliker to nullify any potential threat that Ethan Shearning was able to put together. Steinbach putting it back into the house. Puck bounces around a little bit, and Evan Benera freezes it once again. 10 seconds to go in the power play. Steinbach, it looks like they're going to make a change here with 10 seconds to go in the power play.
Nice effort by Joliker from the Sabres to get back there and nullify that shorthanded opportunity by the Gophers.
Absolutely, and I like that he turned it up ice too. Face off, Steinbach's able to win it. Puck up to the top. Pass over to Griffin Plett. Looks to take a wrist shot and put it through. That's blocked by Logan Ash. Plett gets it back again. Penalty is over. Teams are full strength. Puck on net. They score! A bouncing puck in front of the net. It was bouncing in the crease. The penalty just expired for Garden City. They weren't able to get a full man defense out there. And number 9 for Steinbach, Seth Bergman, was able to find the bouncing puck and slap in a backhand over the glove of Evan Benera. So with 6:35 to go in the first period, Steinbach draws first blood.
Just a bit of an unfortunate situation when bounce for the Gophers. Opportunistic, though, for the Sabres.
And off the face-off, the Sabres are looking for more. They're in on the rush. They've got a shot on net. They got a rebound. That puck's bouncing right where it was just earlier, but Garden City's able to get it out. Steinbach pumps it right back in. Benera behind the net to play it. He plays it for his D-man. D-man misses it. There's a turnover, and the Sabres get it on net and another potential scoring opportunity. But the puck finds its way outside the zone. They're back on the forecheck here. They're back on the attack. Puck bounces off of a Garden City stick on net. No harm. Little bit of running around here right now by GC. They tried to get a line change, weren't able to do that. And there again is another bouncing puck in front of the net, similar to the way that Bergman was able to find it and score that first goal for the Sabres. Sabres are on it. They've found life. They get it in on net. They make a line change. Garden City, Matthew Wilson patiently looks for a stretch pass. That goes wide, gets in deep. On the forecheck, Lucas D'Souza. Oh, great pass out front. Noah Benera on the one-timer, but a great save by Fair off the blocker. And we have a whistle. It looks like a penalty coming up here to Steinbach. And I'm only saying that because they were in possession of the puck. And yes, it does. It looks like I'm correct, and it's number 2, Cooper Miller, going off for hooking.
Must have been behind the play there because it wasn't where the puck was. So the first opportunity to see the GC power play here.
So like you say, GC sends out their power play unit. Tyler Nault, Colson Smith, Parker Grift, Nixon Carrier, and Lucas D'Souza. A lot of firepower in that unit. Smith wins the draw, back to Grift. Grift back to Smith. They look to set it up. They get it back to the top. Puck sent, thrown in front of the net. Cross crease pass. Tyler, no! Rebound. Nixon Carrier. Greg, you made reference to it a few minutes back. And Nixon Carrier, who was the hero yesterday, gets the Fighting Gophers on the board and ties this game up at 1. It did not take long for that powerful power play to serve notice. Only what looks like 14 seconds into the power play, their 4th shot on net, and we have a 1-1 hockey game.
Beautiful behind the back pass across the crease to Carrier, who just buries it in the wide open net.
Puck's in the neutral zone. Perreault looks cross ice, goes boards. Matthew Wilson, D-man pinch, picks it up, leads the attack, gets over the ringette line, loses control of it. Garden City is able to regain possession. Lucas D'Souza throws it in front. Noah Benera has it bounce off his stick. He throws it behind. Lucas Benera looks to center it. That's intercepted. Perreault, pass goes awry. Garden City is able to pick it back up. Benera puts it on net, and Fair will freeze it for a face-off. 4:31 to go in the first period. 1-1 hockey game. Shots are 10-5 in favor of the Steinbach Sabres.
What a great start of the game so far.
Very entertaining.
These two teams are going toe-to-toe.
Face-off won by the Sabres. Gets down low. Griffin Plett battling in the corner, supported by Rooney. Rooney's able to pick it. Oh, no, that's Griffin Plett. He picks up the puck. He still has it. Stops back, looks behind his net. Breakout pass to Colton Weed. He's able to bump it ahead, and across the line are the Sabres. Looking to drive net. Centering pass is intercepted, but thrown to the blue line. Shot on net. Great save by Evan Benera. A redirected shot from the blue line, and Benera is able to find it. Puck behind the net. Sabres look to center it. They do, in the crease, banging away at it. A lot of bodies in there. Benera is able to freeze the puck. Rooney, battling down low on his own end, is also battling in tight in front of the Gophers net, working hard to look to try to get that go-ahead goal.
You know, in a one-game championship, put the puck on net. Put it out front. You never know. It's going to bounce off somebody, bounce in. You know, it's all hands on deck in terms of trying to get that goal, next leading goal.
Faceoff goes back behind the net. Parker Grift rims it around. D pinch by Buchert. He's able to keep it in. Garden City stretch pass to Logan Ash, turned over in the neutral zone. Jude Plett with it. He gives it up for number 19, Cody Neufeld. Headman pass to Carlos Penner. He puts it in deep and forechecks his own puck. Garden City rims it around the wall. Puck gets tied up on the half wall. Colson Smith picks it up. Oh, there's a pinching check by the Sabres, and there's a delayed penalty on the play. I'm going to guess kneeing potentially or a trip. Evan Benera to the bench. Garden City with the extra attacker as part of the delayed penalty. Logan Ash through the neutral zone. Colson Smith drop pass to Tyler Nault. Cross ice. Parker Grift looking. Throws it on net. Saved by Fair. Rebound. Another save. Net is off. Whistle goes. Cody Neufeld stood up at the blue line for the Sabres. Colson Smith came up with possession of the puck just outside the ringette line. Looked like he tried to pull it to the middle. And like I say, Neufeld stood him up. Curious as to what the call is.
Tripping. A little bit of a dangerous shot there anytime you're making knee-on-knee contact there.
Yeah, I got to suspect it wasn't his intent. With the gap between the D-man and the forward, he might have got caught flat-footed. And coaches always want you to hold the blue line. And the referees took that into account, and that's probably why we see a 2-minute penalty rather than a potential 4 and a knee.
Very powerful power play, though, so not good for Steinbach.
Well, it only took 14 seconds last time. Let's see what happens. We got Nault. Smith gets tossed from the face-off. D'Souza steps in. They do win it. Smith gains possession, puts it on net, but bounces around, and Joliker is able to fire it the length of the ice. Back to set up the power play breakout is Parker Grift. Brings it over to the ringette line, steps over his own blue line, makes a little move, headman to Colson Smith. He pulls up at the half wall, puts it down low to Tyler Nault. Nault in a battle, they regain possession. Lucas D'Souza at the hash marks. He brings it back to Parker Grift. D'Souza goes to the house, goes to the high slot. Colson Smith puts it on net. That goes wide. And we have a whistle, not 100% sure why, and the official is pointing face-off outside.
I'm not sure either.
Yeah. Potential goalie interference possibly, not sure. Maybe somebody ran through the crease and made contact with Fair. There's no penalty on the play. So I'm just going to assume that there was some sort of incidental contact with the goalie, or potentially he knocked the net off. Not sure.
Hand pass, maybe?
Yeah, maybe, potentially. Either way, we're back underway, and there's a minute 20 to go in the power play. Nixon Carrier carries it over the blue line. Drop pass to Nault. He gives it to Grift. Carrier, ringette line, shooting. Nault's able to pick it up. Corrals it off his skate. Shot goes wide. D'Souza with it behind the net. Nault out to Smith. Off his skate, and the puck skirts its way back into the Garden City end. 55 seconds left in the power play. 1:45 left in the first period. Errant pass by Parker Grift goes for icing. Unfortunate, but not necessarily the worst thing in the world. 48 seconds left in the power play. 1:40 left in the period. Shots are 12-7 now in favor of Steinbach. Garden City's able to, through their power play opportunities, put a couple pucks on net.
They're moving the puck very well, very efficiently.
Steinbach wins the draw, still short-handed, just throws it back down in the corner. Grift behind the net. Same power play unit for Garden City. They look cross ice. Steinbach's able to get a stick on it. And it goes back into the GC zone. Grift cross ice to Carrier. Same pass attempt. Carrier to D'Souza. D'Souza back to the top to Grift. Penalty kill pressure by Steinbach. They now back off more into a traditional diamond defend. Carrier to Colson Smith. Snapshot. Good shot block right there by assistant captain number 18, Mark Plett, and he himself was able to get it down the ice. Steinbach makes a line change and kills the penalty, though Garden City was able to counterattack. Nothing comes of it, though they do have the puck inside the slot area. Goes back to the point where 5-on-5 hockey. They put it on net into the crease. Nothing comes of it. Steinbach's able to break out. 33 seconds left in the period. They carry over the blue line, but a good back check there by number 13, Tyler Nault. Is able to stem any potential tide. Now another whistle, not too sure. Interference call on the play by the looks of it. By the fact that Nixon Carrier's hands are in the air, I'm going to assume it's against him. And yes, it is. So with 18.9 seconds left in the first period, Garden City is going to take its second penalty of the period and put Steinbach back on the power play.
Steinbach fans are kind of giving it to Carrier across the...
Apparently you can't do that, is the chant.
Apparently you cannot.
Nope. Puck's at the top. They look to put it on net. Perreault's shot goes wide. Puck back to the top. 8 seconds left in the period. Out on the wing. Perreault puts a nice 1T on net. Bounce off the back wall. No call from the official. Steinbach thinks they may have scored. There's only 0.9 seconds left on the board, but it looks like the puck is in the glove of Evan Benera. The two officials are going to get together. They're going to talk it over. Garden City's going to assume that it's no goal. Steinbach's going to say it was in. Again, 0.9 seconds left on the board. The shot from Perreault off the one-timer caromed off the backboards out to the side of the net, and one of the Sabres was able to, eerily enough, very similar to their first goal, put a backhand slap shot. It's funny, Greg. I always make reference to,
they're calling a goal.
and they are counting it. I'll get back to my story later, but that goal is going to count. And with 0.9 seconds left in the period, the Steinbach Sabres take a 2-1 lead. And that was only 17 seconds into their power play.
Just an unfortunate bounce off the backboards to give the wide open net to the Steinbach player to score. And I didn't catch the number of the player who scored.
No, I didn't either. And you know, I was halfway through a story. I was talking about how when coaching hockey, I very frequently make reference to the fact that a backhand slap shot is not usually your go-to play, though both Steinbach goals have been on the backhand quote-unquote slap shot. Garden City head coach Dustin Hughes is looking for some information from all four officials as to potentially why that goal was considered a good goal. I'm sure he's looking for clarification.
It's one of those things where it's unfortunate for the guys. You know, they're working so hard to kill that penalty, and it's just an unfortunate bounce off the back to give them that wide open.
Wow, with literally that shot from Perreault, the one-timer at the blue line, came with the fact that there's 0.9 seconds on the clock. I got to assume no more than 2.5 seconds left in order to give that puck time to carry him off the back wall and to have Steinbach jump on that bounce. Evan Benera made a strong effort to get across. He's a tall goaltender. He was able to get all the way back across the crease to the post, but evidently the puck was able to work its way across the goal line. So puck is down and period's over. So at the end of the first period, the score is the Steinbach Sabres 2, the Garden City Fighting Gophers 1. Shots on goal, 13-8 in favor of Steinbach.
It's been a great game so far for Steinbach. Their power play has been fairly decent. It's 1 for 2. Obviously, with a goal right at the end of the first period there, it gives them a lot of momentum heading into the second period.
Yeah, like you say, Greg, power plays have played a very important role in this game so far. Garden City being 1 for 2, and I guess so is Steinbach, right? So
yeah, their first goal came right at the end of the first power play that they had.
So of the 3 goals, 2 of them were at the hands of the specialty teams. It's unfortunate. I'm not going to say the Garden City penalty kill felt comfortable with 2 seconds left, but it's unfortunate, like you say, and that funny bounce off the backboard gave Steinbach an opportunity to jump on that loose puck. But either way, like I say, Coach Dustin Hughes is going to have the team rally here, probably throughout the intermission timeout, probably went over the fact it's still a long hockey game. We have a 15-minute period, second period, and a 20-minute third period to go here. Lots of hockey left. Let's just chip away and see what happens here. So that being said, puck is down, and again, here we go, second period. Steinbach's able to pick it up quickly, put a shot on net. That's Theron Coop. Evan Benera smothers it right in the chest, freezes it up.
Nice job not to give away a rebound on that one, just to suck it in and hold it.
Colson Smith on the faceoff. He lines up against Rooney. Puck goes back to the Steinbach blue line. They look to get it on net. That's Lucas Thompson. His shot goes wide. Steinbach picks it up on the far side. Griffin Plett tries to muscle his way in. And he tried to muscle his way to the top of the crease. The puck came loose. And again, another backhand by Steinbach. And a great scoring opportunity. Potentially GC a little bit on their heels, but like I made reference to, another loose puck.
Nice stick.
I think they're going to look to stem the tide and counterattack themselves. Colson Smith across the blue line. He pulls up, flips it towards the net. Glove down by Steinbach. D-man Thompson carries it out of his zone across the red line, looks to get it in deep. He's stood up by Tyler Nault. Lucas D'Souza on a nifty little attack 1-on-2. Gets into the crease area, but the puck goes corner. Parker Griff throws it on net. That hits a body. Karam's into the corner. We got a 2-on-1 battle down low. Rooney's able to pick it up, flip it out down the middle of the ice. That's going to go wide of Benera for icing.
Both teams are forechecking ferociously, just trying to get anything to the net. Just trying to turn over and get the puck to the net. As you said, there's been backhands that have scored, so you never know.
Yeah, you got to think in this environment, energy's at a high level. And when it comes to having a quality forecheck, energy is at the paramount. That you need energy for sure. Puck behind the net. Speaking of it, puck went behind the net. Noah Benera was left all alone in front. Logan Ash from Garden City was able to pick it up. He centered it right to Noah Benera, but a great save there by Hunter Fair. He was able to pick up the centering pass, and he was able to smother it, no rebound.
I don't know if Noah Benera would be happy with that shot. If he had it again, I think he'd probably go a little higher.
Probably didn't realize how much time he had. Face off, picked up by Steinbach. They're able to chip it out. Potential breakaway here. Behind the back pass. That was Hardtongue. He got challenged by Garden City. Another rebound in front of the net. Another backhand. Yeah, it doesn't matter how you do it. Just throw it on net. Jude Plett with the puck down low. He's taken out by Logan Ash. Parker Griff picks it up. Calmly steps out of his own zone. Passive forecheck there by Steinbach. Griff gives it to Chater. He redirects it in. Steinbach looks to stretch pass on the line change. They throw it on net. Drew Hyde's able to get a quick shot on net. Blocker down by Evan Benera. Steinbach makes a line change. Drew Hyde picks it up in the swamp. He tries to keep it in. Puck does come out though. Colson Smith picks it up. Captain for the Garden City Gophers. Lucas D'Souza picks it up. He loses it, falls down, catches an edge. Puck comes to the top. Matthew Wilson looks to put it on net. Back behind the net. Lucas D'Souza with possession. He cycles it down low. Colson Smith puts it back behind the net. Picked up by Cooper Penner of Steinbach, and he headmans to Drew Hyde, who looks to sauce cross ice, but picked up by Matthew Wilson of Garden City on a nice little neutral zone pinch. Puck's turned over in the middle of the ice. Attacking, there's a quick shot right there by Lucas Joliker on the attack. Evan Benera able to get a glove on it. Puck bounces back out to the neutral zone. Steinbach looks to transition quickly. Drew Hyde tries to get it in deep. It's knocked down by Matthew Wilson. He also can't get it out, and it's sent back in once again by Steinbach. Matthew Wilson stops behind his net, collects his thoughts, waits for the troops to support, sends a bank pass off the wall. Logan Ash now gains the blue line. He chips it in deep. On the forecheck, Colby Armstrong, Logan Ash also on it. Puck rims around the boards. Antoine McKay unable to keep it in. Puck's deep now into the Garden City end. On the forecheck, Colton Weeb puts a body on Nixon Carrier. Carrier's able to maintain possession. Gets it over the blue line. Steinbach tags up, puts it right back in. Carrier once again. Stretch pass now to Colby Armstrong. He redirects it into the Steinbach end, and Fair is able to freeze it. 11:07 to go here in the second period. Still 2-1 Sabres. Shots at this point, 17-9 in favor of those same Sabres.
End-to-end action back and forth here for the high school hockey championship. Here we are. This is amazing. Second period, 11 minutes left to go.
It's a tight one, exactly what we were hoping for, right? Face off, Garden City wins it, puts it on net. Antoine McKay, D'Souza can't come up with it. Garden City picks up a loose puck. Steinbach gets it on the wall, tries to chip it. Chater in a battle right now. It's a one-on-one down low. McKay keeps it in. There's a hard check behind the net. The puck got put in by Antoine McKay. Lucas D'Souza went back for it, and there is a penalty on the play. Lucas D'Souza was hit from what I'm going to guess is from behind. That was Carlos Penner. I'm not too sure the call will be from behind or just simply a boarding penalty.
I think it's going to be a boarding call. Just an unfortunate situation for Penner. Just D'Souza just turned in the wrong direction and made contact. So this is going to give Garden City another opportunity on their very, very powerful power play.
Exactly. We were making reference earlier that 2 of the 3 goals so far this game have been on the power play, 1 for each team.
Special teams have had a big impact in the game so far.
Well, with the offense, you get to this level, your offense is pretty stout, and you would have to assume both teams would have the ability to ice a very strong power play. Right there is a quick shot off the faceoff. Matthew Wilson was able to put it right on net. Rule number 1 of a good power play is win the faceoff and get it on net quickly. Cause some
offside
interference. Not a penalty on the play, that's simply offside.
Yeah, D'Souza was just a little bit past the blue line there. You know, Rick, you just talked about winning the faceoff. So important, right? When in games, championship games like this, you want to win as much as possible. And both teams have done a good job of winning those defensive zones, faceoffs.
Another important faceoff here in the neutral zone. GC does win it. Matthew Wilson, cross ice to Nixon Carrier. Little soft headman pass. Tyler Nault, cross ice to Wilson. Wilson down low to Smith.
Crossbar.
That's a cross pipe. Not even crossbar, might have even been cross pipe, right where the post and the bar meet. Either way, still 2-1 Sabres, and they're able to dump it the length of the ice. Evan Manera out to corral it. Colson Smith, we talk about the offensive prowess of the Garden City Fighting Gophers. Colson Smith, their leading scorer, known for his quick release, quick shot. Another player we talked about already, Nixon Carrier, led that secondary power play rush, was able to get a puck on net, but nothing came of it, and Sabres are able to get it back down the ice. Matthew Wilson slowly, patiently steps out over the red line. He puts it in. Sabres look to gain control. Puck gets through all the way back to the blue line. Carrier. Griff puts it on net, looking for a deflection. Puck is loose in tight. D'Souza banging away at it. But Hunter Fair once again able to find it, put a glove on it. 35 seconds left in the power play.
Nice job by Steinbach D just to keep it clear in front of Hunter so you can see the shot.
We talk about the power play, we talk about winning faceoffs, talk about getting shots on net quickly. At the same time, bringing the puck to the top and getting traffic and just feathering one through is never the wrong play. 30 seconds to go in the power play. Steinbach unable to get it out. Parker Griff keeps it in. Steinbach does eventually get it out. Carrier with it now. Looks to play it back to Benera. That goes for naught. Carrier picks it back up, however. Gets it to Chater. Chater across the blue line. Griff comes up with it. Back to Logan Ash on the half wall. He looks to center it. Looks to get it on net. Unable. Hits a skate. 5 seconds left in the power play. And the Sabres will send it once again the length of the ice. Both teams at full strength. Stretch pass to Chater across the blue line. Centering pass to Matthew Wilson. D-man on the rush. He's down low. Forechecking. Sabres send it up to the top. Wilson able to get a stick on it, and then a rebound. Logan Ash got a second stick on it. Matthew Wilson, who was out there for much of the power play, stayed out for that post-power play rush, was able to get down low, and he was able to get a stick on a potential scoring opportunity.
Yeah, good opportunity or good face-off period time for Steinbach. I know Cooper Penner was on there for quite a while killing that penalty. Get some fresh troops out there.
Colson Smith wins another face-off. He also comes up with the puck, gets it down low. D'Souza out front, Tyler Nault fires one wide. Stripes hands in the air, looks like a delayed penalty coming. Evan Benera out of the cage, gets halfway, whistle goes, and it does in fact look like it's going to be another penalty to the Steinbach Sabres. Slashing is the call to Griffin Plett.
What a great opportunity to score though. Nice shot on net, just a little bit wide. Unfortunately for Garden City, they had a super nice open net there to score.
Yeah, great centering pass. I believe it was De Sousa to Nault. We're getting late in the second period here. A lot of snow on the ice. Either way, 2 minutes left, or 2-minute power play here for Garden City. Colson Smith looks to take that drag and release shot that he has, but he didn't let it go and decided to send it to the top. Parker Grift over to Carrier. Grift at the top. He throws it on net. That does get through. Tyler Nault may have got a piece of it. Puck bounces into the corner. De Sousa pulls it out. Back to Grift. Colson Smith looking, centering, hits a skate, and Steinbach's able to get it outside the blue line. Carrier with it, neutral zone, looks to sauce it across the middle. De Sousa picks it up to Colson Smith. He fans on it, but that puck almost fell right on the stick of Nixon Carrier, but it went to the corner. Tyler Nault with it on the half wall, one-on-one down low. 7 minutes to go in the second period, a minute to go in the power play. Parker Grift at the top, feeds it to the wing. Carrier sends it into the slot. De Sousa can't come up with it. Now it comes back out. Cross ice pass, cross seam pass. Colson Smith finds its way back to Parker Grift. Grift down low. Carrier loses a handle of it. Down low. Good pressure by Steinbach on Nixon Carrier down low behind the net, and they're able to fire it down the ice. 35 seconds left in the power play. Nixon Carrier seems to be going to the bench holding his arm. Not too sure if maybe he got a stinger in that check down low behind the net. Steinbach sends it back down the ice. 18 seconds left in the power play. Garden City's made a change here. Power play 2 out for them. Matthew Wilson gets it in over the blue line, down low, deep. Logan Ash picks it up on the half wall. Matthew Wilson steps over the ringette line, drop pass for Ash, cross to Miele. Nathan Miele mishandles it, does get it down low, however. We're back to full strength. 6 minutes to go in the second period. Miele fires it down low. Garden City still with possession, though Steinbach's able to pick it up. Lucas Joliker looks to headman. He has it at the blue line, steps across the blue line, makes one move, lets a wrist shot go, saved by Evan Benera. Great individual effort there by Lucas Joliker. Puck's thrown on net. Mark Plett, saved by Evan Benera. Puck's back out to the top in the swamp. Down low again for Mark Plett. He was all alone by himself off to the side of the net. He now has it behind the net. Miele Miele once again looking to pressure Mark Plett. He throws it out front. That goes through the crease. And Garden City, Noah Benera is able to chip it down the ice. Lots of snow here late in the second period, but not enough. That puck did go for icing. Again, Greg, with these 15-15 first 2 periods without a flood, we're at the point now where we're 25 minutes on this ice, and these boys are big bodies. They're cutting it up pretty well. That puck isn't going to slide as smooth as they might want it to.
Yeah, there's a little bit of snow out there, a little bit of slush, making it a little bit tough to complete some passes.
Steinbach down low. They look to work it back up high. Kept in at the blue line. Chater centering past Noah Benera. 1-on-1 turns into a 1-on-4. He simply gets it in deep. They were caught on the icing call, so they're looking for a wholesale. Garden City's able to get it in. Nick Lepke gets it in deep. Forecheck here. Number 15, Ethan Shearning. Puck back behind the net. Lipke with it with Armstrong. Puck comes out to the top. Parker Grift at the blue line. On the right side, shoots it down low. Lipke with it. Shearning battling in the corner with Lipke. 2-on-2. Third support there by Steinbach is able to pick up the puck, carry it out over the blue line. On the rush is Theron Coop. He's over the ringette line, looks to snap it on net. That off a stick. Looks like Colby Armstrong's stick. That goes out of play. Face off deep in the Garden City end.
One thing I will say about Steinbach, and they're leading in shots on goal, is that they have that shoot mentality. They'll just shoot from anywhere on the ice, put the puck on the net. Good things usually happen then. So.
Well, and you've made reference to that already once, and both of their goals have come in what I'll call one-on-one situations, not necessarily off the rush or off of a set play. all alone by himself. Speaking of, OMG, all by himself. Cody Neufeld. Garden City defense got caught up ice watching the breakout. Cody Neufeld snuck in behind them, but Evan Benera with the big net. Great save, keeps it a 1-goal hockey game. 4 minutes ago in the second period. Face off deep, Garden City wins it. Rung around the boards by Nixon Carrier. Puck gets out, neutral zone. Jude Plett goes partner. Carlos Penner up the wall, intercepted by Garden City. Carrier's able to get it back in. Back to get it. Buchert for Steinbach. Puck bounces over the red line. Nixon Carrier puts it right back in. Hard check at the red line. Clean check. Hard check. Seth Bergman putting body on Nixon Carrier, but it looks like an offside call on the play.
Carrier took a nice little body check there. Earlier in the game, he had gotten hit behind the net there, and he kind of had a little bit of either shoulder or ribs were sore, but glad to see him back on the ice and even able to take that hit and play well.
Face off in the neutral zone. Gophers maintain to get possession. Matthew Wilson looks center through the neutral zone. Tyler Nault can't come up with it. Steinbach gathers it. Parker Grift on the pinch at the red line, able to keep it in the red line. Key situation, Lucas D'Souza, one-on-one, good stick there by D-man from Steinbach. Tyler Nault picks it up at the blue line. Hyde unable to get it out for Steinbach. Nault grabs it. He looks to get it down low. Parker Griff does. Back behind the net, D'Souza. Little soft pass to Nault. He looks to center it. Colson Smith looking for potential crease pass, but that puck is frozen once again by Hunter Fair. Lucas D'Souza and Tyler Nault running the cycle nice down low, slowing the play down, using their big bodies to puck protect.
Nice job by GC to get the puck up front, but I'm starting to sense a little bit of frustration on GC, just not being able to put the puck in the net.
GC wins it. Ash back to Grift. He gets it down to the corner there. Steinbach picks it up. Theron Coop steps out of his own zone. Big guy, big speed. Steps over the red line, looking to make a move. 1-on-2, Logan Ash on the back check. Steals it from him. Coop's all alone in front. There's a shot from the blue line. Rebound goes wide. Once again, Garden City left the body wide open. Top of the crease. Lucky for them, it went for naught. Garden City picks it back up. Noah Benera gets it in deep. Logan Ash on the forecheck. Back to retrieve is Griffin Plett. He's pressured by Logan Ash. Steinbach gets it out. Only to the neutral zone, however, and Garden City picks it up. Nixon Carrier. Another big body on Nixon Carrier. It looks like it's Seth Bergman once again. I'm not too sure if they have a history, but there's a little bit of a battle going there between them. One more time. Bergman and Carrier, round 3. All good, that's hard hockey. D'Souza looks to put it on net. He gets forced behind. Colson Smith supporting. He looks to cycle. Once again, probably too much snow on the ice there. Puck doesn't get deep. Steinbach gets it out. Picked up by Hugh Kurt for Garden City. He goes partner. Carrier gains the red line, gains the blue line. A lot of room. Able to skate right in, take a shot. Steinbach gets a stick on it. And they're able to corral it, get it out. Now they force their own rush. Lewis Hardtung across the ringette line. He's down low. Great defensive play there by, I believe it was Tegan Hukert on the good stand-up on the rush. He now goes back behind the net. Hukert putting pressure on Mark Plett. We've seen Mark Plett a lot tonight. Back to the blue line. Shot blocked there in the high slot area. And Garden City's able to corral it, get it back out. They get it in deep. D'Souza again for Smith. Smith back behind the net battling. D'Souza comes in to help. Parker Grift pinching in from the blue line, gets it in deep. Garden City looking to hold it in. Sheerning can't. Drew Hyde, stretch pass. You've got a 2-on-1 attack here for Steinbach. Hard cross-ice pass goes wide into the corner. Garden City's able to stem that tide. Matthew Wilson falls down on the retrieval in the left corner. Steinbach picks it up. They cycle off the wall, no hook on the play. Steinbach's looking for a call. Cooper looks to put puck on that. Great shot block right there by Logan Ash. Cooper looks to stretch pass. That gets knocked down by a body. Steinbach picks it up. Noah Benera puts it in deep. 26 seconds left only here in the second period. Great stretch pass. Drew Hyde drops it for Rooney. Oh, that toe drag shot there. Quick release. That was also off the cross pipe. I don't think Evan Monero was able to get a piece of it. 10 seconds left. Another drag and release. Rooney has that drag release down, watching some Connor Bedard videos on the Instagram. Puck bounces around in the slot area, and with that sound, the second period comes to an end, and the score remains 2-1 in favor of the Steinbach Sabres. Shot 20-13 in favor of the Steinbach Sabres. Some great hockey we've witnessed here so far, Greg.
It's been super. It's been a great 2 periods. I'm excited to see this third period, and just it's amazing to see how shoot first mentality that Steinbach has. It's they're really coming out and making the goalie work for his to play well today.
I think Garden City's going to hope for a nice clean sheet, and they're going to look to use their speed come the third period. I identified the fact that Garden City was doing it looked very specific anyways, that they were trying to get the puck in deep as many times as they possibly could. And when I see that, I'm of the impression that they want to use their speed. They want to use, you made reference to it, the hard forecheck. They want to get pucks in deep. They want to forecheck hard using their speed, create some turnovers. And they were able to center some pucks from behind the net using that forecheck. They just weren't able to capitalize. So with the clean sheet come the third period, I bet you that's going to be Coach Dustin Hughes' speech to the boys in the room. But there's no doubt that Coach Lanning is going to have Steinbach ready to go in the third period as well. Absolutely.
Once again, folks, thanks so much for joining us tonight on LRSD TV. We're part of the Riel School Division, Riel Arts and Technology Center. The broadcast program is happy to broadcast this game today. We're going to just take a break here while they're flooding the ice, and we'll see you in about 20 minutes or so for the exciting third period of the Winnipeg High School Hockey Championship games.
to get going in the third period here of the MHSAA Dairy Farmers of Manitoba Provincial Quad A Boys Hockey Championship. Live from the Scotia Hockey for All Center. It's 2-1 Steinbach Sabres. 20 minutes to play over the powerful Garden City Fighting Gophers. Once again, Steinbach came into this game with a huge upset yesterday in the semifinal over the powerful St. Paul Crusaders. Garden City here through 2 victories in round robin and a double overtime win yesterday. 4-on-4 double overtime win, mind you, off the stick of Nixon Carrier. Nixon Carrier also the only goal scorer so far this game for the Fighting Gophers, Greg.
Yeah, if you're following high school hockey here in Manitoba, you know it's kind of odd to say that St. Paul's Crusaders aren't in the championship game today. But exciting for both schools, for Garden City and Steinbach. Traditionally non-hockey schools. I know Steinbach has had volleyball and football championships, and Garden City basketball and football as well. So it's awesome to see both schools here in the Winnipeg High School Hockey League championship game.
Yeah, I know there's a strong hockey tradition at GC, though they have not hoisted their first provincial championship as of yet. I know Coach Dustin Hughes has that on his mind, as does assistants Donnie Smith and Al Mirnick. So they got 20 minutes to do something about it. Down a goal. Shots are 21-13 Steinbach. This is what it came down. This is what it comes down to here. Garden City starting their powerhouse unit. Colson Smith, Lucas D'Souza, Tyler Nault, Nixon Carrier, and Antoine McKay back on the back end. Evan Manera's been tall, literally and figuratively, for the Fighting Gophers, as has Hunter Fair for the Sabres. Sabres counter with Joliker, and I'm assuming Mark Plett, who's had a great game himself. Puck is down, third period's underway. Bounces around in the neutral zone, up against the wall. Lucas D'Souza on the attack. Gets it deep. Cut off there by D-man Cooper Penner, who looks the head man, does so. Puck's out over the red line. There's Mark Plett. He's able to get it down low. Centering pass, Drew Hyde off the side of the cage. Bounces back into the corner. Steinbach with it. Nice bounce, headman pass, bank pass off the wall. Smith to D'Souza. He bobbles it. Is able to get it in deep though. On the back check, Lucas Joliker puts a body on D'Souza. 16-on-16 crime. D'Souza comes back at Mark Plett on his own. And he's probably going to go for a line change here right away, and yes, he does. Just a minute gone here, third period. Chater, a little over anxious, turnover in the neutral zone. He saw red, but needed to see blue. Was offside.
Just a couple steps offside.
Face off in the neutral zone. Logan Ash in for Garden City. Loses it, however, goes back. Sabres D to D. Plett. Cross ice to partner. Thompson puts it into the bench off a glove.
Once again, folks, thank you for joining LRSD TV here, broadcasting the Winnipeg High School hockey championship game.
Absolutely. A little slow start to the third period. We did talk about clean ice, maybe some fast-paced play. A little slow start here, a few face-offs. Puck is down low, however. Logan Ash back to the point. Heelkert with a shot, bounces around, saved by Fair. He redirects it in the corner. Lipke picks it up. Looking, puck protecting. He's got Rooney all over him. Hog-tied. Gophers center it through the middle. Heelkert picks it up on the half wall. He puts it down low. Lipke back to Heelkert. Heelkert looks to throw it on net. That hits a body. Noah Benera picks it up. He gives it back to Heelkert, and he simply puts it back behind the cage. Pinching on the far side, Parker Grift. He gets in on it. Garden City's able to keep it in, and they look to make a line change. Lipke puts it on net. He does go for tires and gas. Puck bounces out at the red line. Colson Smith back out there. Powerful line looking to make a return. I see D'Souza ready to come out with Nault, and yes, they do. Smith's on his own over the blue line. He gets tied up in the neutral zone, in the swamp. D'Souza picks up a loose puck. Quick shot wide, short side. bounds all the way back out to the neutral zone. Matthew Wilson attempts to get it in deep, hits the liney. Turnover at the blue line, however. Tyler Nault has a potential chance on it, but Steinbach's able to get it out, and they go for a line change as well. Colson Smith, headman pass. Tyler Nault with speed across the blue line. Looks to snap cross body. Intercepted by Sabres. They're able to move it cross ice. Maybe too hard. Caught a guy in the skates. That was Jude Putt, knocked him off balance. Puck bounces back into the Sabres zone. Smith on the forecheck, Nault in there as well, and the Sabres have no choice but to put it out of play. Not a delay of game penalty here at the high school level.
Well, I don't know what Coach Hughes said to the troops at the break there when they're flooding the ice, but Garden City certainly has come out here and flown around and really taken it to Steinbach here.
Yeah, we did make reference to the fact they probably want to use their speed, right, and all the clean ice. Unable to get much going, though, off the rush. A lot of it is off of get it in deep, throw it on net, and we've also talked about that a lot tonight, too. Steinbach gets it out. I'm wondering if we're going to find Steinbach play not necessarily a little bit more passive, and especially not yet. Still lots of time left in this game, but priority number one is make sure you get the puck out. And right there, they just did it again. Lucas Joliker all by himself, however. Antoine McKay able to come up with it. He banks it off the wall. Secondary pressure, though. Drew Hyde gets it back down low behind the net. Antoine McKay picks it up, bounces it off the wall, does come outside the blue line, and Perreault puts it back in. Carrier brings it behind his net, shows patience. Passive forecheck here by Steinbach. Carrier, good bank pass, stretch pass here. Colby Armstrong looks to center it through to a stick-clapping Ethan Shearning. Puck goes wide. Armstrong on the forecheck, puts a body on Sabres defender. They look to get it in deep, but unfortunately for them, that goes for icing. Sabres get stuck out there, and I'm going to guess, and yep, exactly as I suspected, Coach Hughes puts out Smith, D'Souza, and Nault once again. Looking for the equalizer. 16 minutes left here in the third period. Back to Hukert. He's pressured. Joliker's able to make a headman pass, entering the zone by himself, puck protecting. No support as of yet was Drew Hyde. Though Sabres are able to keep it in, Hyde's able to get off that line change they were looking to do because of the icing. Evan Monero holds on to a high shot, gets a face-off. That'll come to his right, blocker's side. Shots are 22-15 at this point, still 2-1. Steinbach. Smith on the draw against Rooney, I believe it is. Yep, Rooney. Garden City wins it, but Steinbach gets a stick on it. Down low in the corner, D'Souza can't get it out. He does this time, second attempt. Good stick. Makes its way to the Steinbach defender, though. It's a turnover in the neutral zone. Smith with it. D'Souza now. Potential backhand opportunity. Puck bounces around in the crease area, and Steinbach just happy to chip it out. Got the brooms on it, but didn't go for icing, so Garden City now has it. They look to break out. Nope, can't do so. Puck squirts across into the high slot. Matthew Wilson on another D-man jump. Toe drag release. Shot wide, catches a partition in the corner. Funny bounce. Noah Benera on it. He looks to get it in deep. Puck's tied up on the turnover zone. Turnover zone between the hash marks and the ringette line. There you go, there's one. Turned over the puck. Steinbach picks it up, gains the red line. Soft dump. Back to get it is Nathan Miele. Miele looks to go up the wall. It's intercepted. Neufeld able to get a stick on it, though Logan Ash can turn it over, but once again, Steinbach on it. Little sloppy play here, a few minutes into the third period. High off the glass, Nixon Carrier goes back. Steinbach looks the headman. This one's deflected off a stick on net. Evan Benero will freeze it up. Almost 6 minutes gone. 5 minutes and 27 seconds to be exact here in the third period. Neither team able to create any sort of pressure so far.
Steinbach seems to just be happy to dump it in and send in one forechecker, just playing a little safe. Protect the lead a little bit.
Carrier back with it behind his net. Looks to send it up the wall. It's intercepted. There's that 1-2-2 potential passive forecheck you're making reference to, Greg. That being said, though, D'Souza with a nice touch pass to Smith. He loses it on the attack. Good D pressure, good D stand up there by Steinbach. Puck's down low in the corner. Got 3 black jerseys, 2 white jerseys. One-on-one battle so far, comes out. Lipke picks it up. Nick Lipke throws it on net, hits a skate. Big save by Fair. That might have caught Colson Smith's skate. Either way, Steinbach's able to pick it up. They get over the blue line, get it in deep. Seth Bergman, who's been using his body all night, Greg. We know, we've made reference to the fact that he's put a body on Nixon Carrier specifically at 3 different occasions. Right there, as the offensive player, gaining the blue line, looking to get the puck in deep, he throws a reverse body check on the Garden City D-man.
No concern for his body right now, just winning that championship, right? Whatever it takes.
Yeah, exactly. I like the style of play that number 9, Seth Bergman, is bringing to this hockey game. Looks like a hockey player to me. Face off to the right of Evan Benera. Mark Plett, Logan Ash. Ash gets tossed. Late line change by the looks of it. Liney's waving people around. He's got no number, can't give him his name. Either way, Steinbach wins the draw. They lose it though. Shearning has an opportunity to stretch it. Turnover in the neutral zone. Puck is bouncing everywhere and it eventually goes out of play.
Nice defensive play there to keep the puck from getting up to the headman there. Could have been all alone.
Yeah, that was a potential
scoring
Greg.
opportunity.
Sorry, Greg.
That's all right.
That was a potential 2-on-1, even a 3-on-1. Ash and Plett again, face off neutral zone. Parker Griff grabs it, back to Hugh-Kurt. Hugh-Kurt throws it up the middle. That's gloved down by Drew Hyde. 1-on-1 pressure for check here. Mark Plett with the support on the half wall. Steinbach's able to pick it up. They look to go back to the point. They aren't able to. Puck's bouncing around at the ringette line. Thrown on net by Plett. And Evan Benera once again will glove it down, freeze it. 13-12 left in the third period. Still 2-1. I don't recollect what the shots were after the second period, but I believe we were somewhere in the 22 to 13 area. So yeah, we're about 2 each so far here. Just about a third of the way through the third period. Double pressure there by Steinbach. Colson Smith banks it up to the neutral zone, but it's turned over. Rooney throws it cross ice to Thompson, who pumps it in. Benera behind the net, he plays it himself. Good hands there for a goaltender. Gets thrown back in behind the net. Steinbach picks it up. Wiebe looks to go cycle, can't. Garden City gets it out. Puck is bouncing around in the middle, in the neutral zone. Wiebe goes cross ice to the right D-man. Plett throws it back in. Benera once again back to retrieve it. Carrier picks it up on the pass from Benera. D'Souza cross ice to Chater. That's intercepted by a D-man pinch. Steinbach turns it back up ice. Like you say, Greg, just happy to get it in the zone. Garden City being pressured here, maybe potentially feeling the pressure and putting some force behind their passes, or being forced to make passes that they might not want to make. They may not see the open body with Steinbach clogging up the neutral zone.
They're certainly trying to stretch the play a little bit. Steinbach has to be aware of that. They have to be alert to anybody who's slipping behind the D there.
Smith and Neufeld line up. Neufeld wins it back to the blue line, gets pumped back in the corner by Buchert. Nixon Carrier behind the net, he picks it up, chips it off the wall on his forehand. D'Souza can't grab it, bounces out to center ice, neither can Chater. Steinbach picks it up, they look to headman, and once again into the players bench. Both teams will make line changes here. Actually, Garden City will change up Chater and throw it out Shearning, get that full line out there. D do make a change. Steinbach makes wholesale. Face off to the left of Fair. Puck is stagnant on the draw. Steinbach comes in to grab it. They get across the blue line. They throw it in on net. That was Joliker who threw it on net. Was given a little bit of room on the rush, so he just decided to put it on net, but but Benera again gets a hold on that. Not many rebounds given up by Evan Benera tonight.
Yeah, he has had really good rebound control.
Steinbach wins another one. They look to get it through. A lot of traffic in the shooting lane. That's knocked down. Puck is bouncing around center ice area. Logan Ash on the forecheck. Gets turned over, sent back down again. And Steinbach, like you say, Greg, might be happy just to get it out. Get an icing. 11:35 to go. Again, Coach Hughes for Garden City with that icing. Throws out Smith, D'Souza, and Nault. On the blue line, Carrier and Matthew Wilson this time.
Every face-off win is important now.
Very crucial right now. Steinbach, I think Smith won it, but Steinbach picked it up. They're offside at the far blue line. Joliker was able to pick it up off the face-off. He jumped to start, picked it up, tried to go on a rush, but he was early at the blue line. 11:29 to go here. Still a one-goal game. Coaches might say it's a one-shot hockey game. All it's going to take is one shot here for Garden City. They're right back in it. Or one shot for Steinbach, and they stretch out their lead and make it harder for Garden City to come back. Steinbach wins another draw. They pump it in. Griffin Klett. Evan Benera down behind the net to play it. He's been very efficient at that all night. Unfortunately, took a stumble there.
Funny bounce off the glass there.
The puck bounced off the glass and he
very
reacted
funny
to it. I see. That drew the ire of some of the Steinbach Sabre faithful. Evan Benera is a pretty cool character. That ain't going to faze him. Either way, back to the action. Steinbach with it down low, centering pass. Intercepted once again. Matthew Wilson. I've been very impressed with Matthew Wilson, grade 11 student, Garden City Collegiate. His great reads in the D zone. He's able to step up and intercept, get stick on puck. Not a big kid, but a smart player. Uses his body wisely as well. Speaking of body, Colson Smith puts a body down low. Garden City able to move it up the wall. D'Souza plays it back for Parker Grift. He looks to stretch pass, but unfortunately, Garden City was making a line change. Unfortunately, but also wisely, they didn't touch the puck. They let it go. Though, unfortunately, once again, that's icing. And Steinbach's won a lot of face-offs here in the last half of the hockey game.
It's smart not to touch that because we've seen in the past that power plays have had a huge impact.
Steinbach does win another one. Goes down low. They rim it behind the cage. One-on-one battle. Parker Grift wins it. Noah Benera comes up with it. Cross-ice pass to Lucas D'Souza. Backhand in deep. He goes for a change. Ash comes out. Meanwhile, puck's down low. And Steinbach flips it out again. Icing number, I believe, 5 of the period. And we are exactly 10 minutes into the third period. Halfway through the third period. 2-1 Sabres. A reminder, we're here at the Scotia Hockey for All Center. 10 minutes to go in the MHSAA Dairy Farmers of Manitoba Provincial Quad A Boys Hockey Championship. Garden City Fighting Gophers, Steinbach Sabres. Colson Smith down low behind the net. Logan Ash forecheck. So does Tyler Nault. Sabres are able to pick it up at the wall, and you guessed it, length of the ice. Roughly 180-foot pass.
Refs are getting a little bit of exercise good with that skate down the ice to pick up the puck.
Yeah. Sabres fans on the chant. GC wins it. Nault back to the blue line. Carrier puts it in low. Smith with a reverse hit. Able to pick it up behind the net. He's looking to center it. Hard battle behind the net. Smith looks like he's a little agitated. Looking to put a little extra vinegar on the fire, you might say. Still down low battling. Might not want to put too much on that fire. Either way, Ash gets it in deep. Smith goes for a line change, as does Nault and Ash. Carrier, D-man on the forecheck, maintains pressure while the Gophers are able to get that change. That being said, though, Steinbach gains the blue line. Carrier gets back. Here's Matty Wilson again on the retrieve, pressured by Steinbach. They're able to pick it up. Centering pass. Drew Hyde on it. Puck is bouncing around. Great acrobatic save there by Evan Manera, able to get a blocker on it. GC gets it out. Steinbach just fires it one more time. This time not for icing, as GC was making a change. Liney's determined if they weren't making the change, it would have been icing. 8:38 to go. Colby Armstrong, half wall, headman past the Shearning. Steps over the red line, 1-on-2. Support coming in late. Shearning behind the net, he's taken out. Cooper Penner for Steinbach, pushes it up the wall, gets turned over, and happily one more time flips it out all the way down the ice. No icing. Hog weight. Nullified the icing there. Noah Manera looking to take a shot through the legs of the D-man. Centers it. Puck is bouncing around at the hash marks. Sabres able to pick it up, gain the red line, and put it in deep. Puck's in deep, puck's in deep. Centering pass. Can't get the handle of it. That was Theron Coop. He's probably satisfied though. The puck is still in the zone. Puck behind the cage. Matthew Wilson steps out with it. Bank pass to Noah Banera. Tries to get it in deep. Bobbles it. Puck does gain the blue line. Goes, skirts out. We got a 2-on-1 opportunity here. Rooney with Coop going to the net. Rooney chose to save it for himself. Short side shot off the post. Potential insurance goal goes for nothing. Rooney again back in the crease area, banging away at it. Evan Manera gets a glove on it.
Wow.
That was close.
Inches away from a 3-1 lead.
That was close. Rooney and Coop on a 2-on-1 after a GC D-man pinch at the far blue line. GC couldn't get it in deep with the initial attempt, and then the second attempt on the pinch created an odd man rush, 2-on-1. Rooney fired it off the near post. Panera wasn't able to get a glove on it, but his buddy was able to bail him out. Puck behind the net. Grift just outside the blue line. Steinbach puts it back in, content to do so. 7 minutes left now. Smith, Nault, Ash, corner. Smith behind the net. He's rocked out by Bergman. There he is again.
All day long.
Yeah, which results in a turnover. Steinbach's able to get it out. Hukert does attempt to get it back in for GC, though it's on the tape of Carlos Penner. Bergman, sorry, not Bergman. That was Neufeld Penner. Penner puts it in, puck in deep. On the forecheck, Drew Hyde. GC picks it up, however. Stepping out with it, Tyler Nault gains the blue line, backhand softly in. Ethan Shearing is the one-man in forecheck for GC, tries to stem the tide while the support comes in. Matthew Wilson, another D-man pinch, offensive pinch, seeing the ice well. Shearing gets it down low in the corner. Lipke goes in to support. Lipke comes up with it, back to Wilson, drags the line, back to Lipke on the half wall. Handcuffed him, creates a turnover. GC needs to retreat. Steinbach cross ice, pumps it back in, 5:45 to go. One-man forecheck. Matthew Wilson evades with a nice little offensive tactic there. GC gets it out, no icing. Back to retrieve for Steinbach. Cody Penner, centering pass by Lucas D'Souza. D'Souza looking to get to his forehand, he centers it. Blocker save on the ice by Fair. This is Armstrong behind the net, throws it out front. Rebound shot. Nick Lepke gets a backhand on a rebound shot. Colby Armstrong was able to pick up a loose puck behind the net, step out on his forehand, throw it into Fair's chest, and Nick Lepke was able to get a backhand on it.
Lots of pressure by GC. Nice for them to get it out front and get a nice scoring opportunity.
Puck back to the blue line. Hukert puts it on net. Looking for a seeing eye single, goes wide. Again, back behind the net. Griffin Plett throws it up the wall. Stopped there by Parker Grift. He throws it on. Nothing comes of it. Steinbach flips it high off the glass. on the forecheck, hard forecheck, keeps it from going for icing. Steinbach banging away again in the crease area. Might not want to get involved in anything after the whistle right now. Got a couple guys behind the net pushing and shoving. 4:52 to go. 1 goal hockey game, provincial championship, 1 game, winner take all.
You don't want to take a penalty at this point in the game. Smart play to walk away from that.
Speaking of provincial championship, speaking of underdogs, which I guess we could potentially say Steinbach is. They've had a great season of their own, and they deserve to be here, but upsetting St. Paul's Crusaders yesterday, now sitting with a 1-goal lead with 4.5 minutes to go in the championship final versus Garden City Fighting Gophers, who only have 2 losses on the season. If Steinbach can end up pulling this off, it would be a monumental comeback. Matthew Wilson gains the blue line again, stepping up as a D-man, gets a shot on net, fair, pushes it aside, puck comes in neutral zone. Fans are looking for a potential high hit there. I don't think there was anything. Though, puck behind the net, Jolker on a great forecheck. Puck squirts in the middle, Nixon Carrier. Nixon Carrier standing up. Looks like Theron Coop at the ringette line, putting them down. GC might gain a little bit of energy from that body check. Though, 2-on-1, toe drag release, deflected high. Tegan Hukert with a great stick on the rush. And that puck goes foul, high and out of play into the upper deck.
End-to-end action here. This is awesome. 4 minutes left in the championship game here.
GC's got 5 shots on net this period. I believe, not to be too slight about this, but I believe Steinbach has more icings than GC does shots. Puck goes back to the point. There's a shot on net.
Oh.
Nobody can find it. Benera wasn't able to find it, but it hit a body, much to his liking. Puck bounces around, still in the zone. Steinbach's able to keep it in. They fire it in hard. Comes all the way back around. Rooney on the forecheck. He's able to pick it out. He comes out of the pile. Couple toe drags. Thrown back in deep. That's Perot. Hukert picks it up for GC. Backhand up the sidewall. Great forecheck though by Coop and Weeb. They're able to get it back in. Both go for tires and fuel. Grift up the wall. Unable to get it out is Colson Smith on a centering pass. Grift reverses back to Hukert. He oversteps it in the corner where the Zammer comes out. Grift back to Hukert. Try number 2. A little bit of pressure, a little bit of bobble. Puck stays in. GC does get it out to Sousa. To Nault. Ripped out again, Seth Bergman. A lot of people say body checking's gone from hockey. Seth Bergman's here on his own.
Proven otherwise.
Proven otherwise, exactly. And all clean. Nixon Carrier sidesteps the pressure. Looks to throw it on net, goes through the crease. Tyler Nault unable to get a stick on it. Garden City puts it back behind the net. Lucas D'Souza, double man. Bergman once again. Chase Buchert, 2-on-2, down low in the corner. Nault with the center, with the third support. He's able to pick it up. Throws it back to the point. Nixon Carrier back to Nault. Nault on the half wall. Guy in front of the net drawing double pressure. Nault shots intercepted. D'Souza throws it out front. Comes right to Tyler Nault. Back to Nixon Carrier. Throws it on net. Shot blocked there by Buchert. GC with a little bit of pressure. Steinbach rims it hard around the wall. They look for a change. GC looks for an attack. Something going on inside the Steinbach end. We got a body stuck in there. No icing. Steinbach throws it out again. A lot of commotion going on here. Both benches are yelling. I think Steinbach was looking for a too many men call. And GC was looking for a line change and a counterattack. 1:37 to go. Gotta suspect if GC can make a second effort like they just did those last few shifts, we might look for Evan Benera to take a trip to the bench.
Oh, absolutely. Minute 30 left.
GC wins it. Parker Grift high off the glass. Shearning can't come up with it. It's in the neutral zone. Perot cross ice. Steinbach throws it right back in. Not giving GC a chance to establish any sort of attack, let alone breakout. Again, puck turned over, and Steinbach happily throws it right back in. We'll call it 3-1 forecheck with 1 minute to go. 1 minute left in the third period. Provincial championship, all on the line. Garden City, Steinbach. Puck stuck in the snow at the Garden City forward gate. Steinbach's able to throw it right back in. Parker Griff behind the net to Cooper Wilson. Wilson gets it in deep. And Evan Benera's out of the net. Extra attacker for Garden City. D'Souza behind the net. Runing comes up with it for Steinbach. He's able to flip it out to center. Nixon Carrier on his own. Forechecked by Theron Coote. He can get a stick on it. He puts it behind the net. 25 seconds left. Matthew Wilson retreats to Colson Smith. Smith up the wall. D'Souza picks it up to Wilson. Stepping over the ring out line. 15 seconds left. He can't get it on net. Seth Bergman grabs it. He throws it the length of the ice, and that will go for icing. 8.6 seconds left. 1 goal hockey game. Icing on Steinbach.
You'll remember the leading goal was scored with 0.9 seconds left earlier in the game, so anything can happen. We have 8 seconds left. Don't count this out.
That's a very good point. And it looks like Coach Hughes for Garden City is going to remind his troops of the exact same thing. Difference being this time they got 6 attackers. Steinbach was on the power play at the end of the second period when they were able to capitalize, end of the first period. And they did take advantage of the extra attacker. Situation being a little different now though, however, empty net at the far end.
A lot of pressure on Ferrer just to be strong in that net. He's had a great game though, great rebound control.
GC's had a really hard time generating any sustained pressure, not necessarily even just in the third period, but in the whole game in general. They've had a few, and I'd say the same thing for Steinbach as well with Evan Benera. A lot of one-off opportunities, a lot of shots, few rebounds, couple point blank. Steinbach, though, however, has been able to capitalize on 2 chances where GC only one. Either way, here we go. 8.6 seconds left. Colson Smith set to take the draw. He's looking to win it back. He does so back to Matthew Wilson. He looks to go cross ice to Tyler Nault. They can't get it on net. Steinbach picks it up. They get it the length of the ice, and that is it. The Steinbach Sabres are your 2023 MHSAA Dairy Farmers of Manitoba Provincial Quad A Boys Hockey Champions. Their first championship title in school history.
Congratulations to Garden City. What a well-played game. What a great season that they've had. I know it's hard to lose a championship, hang in your head a little bit, but nothing to be sad about in terms of their effort. They had a great season.
Absolutely, and you know what? As much as we'll congratulate Coach Lanninga and his staff from Steinbach, Greg, have a very strong understanding and a strong relationship with the Garden City team and their staff, and I know they've been very diligent in their season and their prep and their planning, and my heart always goes out to the team that loses. I congratulate, and we send all our congratulations to Steinbach, but yeah, it's never easy, and you got to think of the boys and the staff from Garden City. It's been a great season. They'll hold their heads high, proud of their season, and as you see, the traditional ending to hockey series, they will not only share that respect with themselves as teammates, but they'll share it with the Steinbach Sabres. Congratulations at center ice. Game well played. Great run here by both teams. Sabres able to finish off, we'll call it a storybook weekend, to be honest, upsetting both the finalist and the champion from the Winnipeg High School Hockey League.
After the championship not being presented the last couple of years due to COVID, it's nice to come back to a wonderful hockey season. Well played championship game, championship playoffs. Both teams, again, congratulations to both schools and both teams, both coaches, staff, and obviously the players, parents that are here. Well done on a wonderful 2023 hockey championship.
Absolutely, and this is my first experience with the play-by-play through Louis Riel School Division, LRSD TV, and I thank you for joining me today, Greg. You helped me through it. I thank Ken and all his students and staff at LRSD TV, and personally, I'd also like to thank all the staff of Garden City Collegiate who were the hosts of this year's Quad A Provincial Championships. I know Jackie McDonald from Garden City Collegiate, Al Mirnick, Donnie Smith, also on the bench as the coaching staff, but Jackie McDonald behind the scenes. And I'm not too sure if anybody can see him or not, but Mr. Stu Barkley, longtime assistant coach for the Garden City Fighting Gophers, a total behind the scenes character. And I feel for him tonight, though I know he'll be back and he'll be giving all of his effort next year as well. Well, once again, congratulations to the Steinbach Sabres.